So this is the scene leading up to the war memorial. It looks like they're really trying to block people from getting in. So Toronto police horses is what that is. That says Toronto police. Oh. No, it's Toronto police.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just being
enough.
very Canadian.
Yeah. So, what we're hearing, we heard earlier somebody down by the hotel lobby saying that the police were starting to move in on protesters. So we're going down to stand with them, try and get some video, and we really need to, I don't know, expose this, because this is darkness. You know, not once has the Trudeau government tried to meet with the truckers or the protesters. We're hoping what we've heard is not we hope what we've heard is not indicating the end of anything. There are still people up at the war memorial. So far we haven't been stopped by any police or anything. Walking down the street with our flags. I see lots of people up there. Oscar Peterson. Daryl, maybe you can tell me who that was. Beautiful sunny day here. It's probably CBC or something. Probably more mainstream media ghouls. In that direction?
That's what he just told me.
Okay.
There's a lot of cops. Really? 200? No way.
Which way are they moving? This?
They've got these two corners blocked off, and they're pushing this way.
Okay. May the Lord help our nation.
Well, yeah, my partner left me because, we.
Go home to Mar-a-Lago, people. Donald Trump loves you.
Steve, come on.
Well, I guess this is the day we're going to see some action.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, no worries. Probably going to see the Chiefs tonight. Right up on Sir John. Right Very good distance from the police line. I hope that more people come out here.
Fédéral peut pas me toucher. À la colline peut pas me toucher. Ils n'ont pas eu d'ordre.
The logo map. Okay, so what we've heard is there's a lot of cops coming up this way. Gonna prayerfully hold the line.
You guys know there's women and children down here, right? That's on you.
They also said there was no drugs. I don't believe that, but we will see. There is.
You got everything bird? Holding the line over there, guys. Good.
We got some news article here, guys.
Make sure to share the truth. This is nothing but peace and love.
I hear lots of cheering back at the stage. I'm tempted to go over there.
Sorry, what are you guys doing? Walking off the sides of the truck so the guys can't get through. So you're creating your own line?
We are creating our own line.
Okay, can I ask you guys where you're from?
Grand Prairie, Alberta.
No way.
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Came all the way here.
I used to live in Alberta. Edmonton.
Yeah, who are you guys with?
I'm Radio-Canada. I'm with est-ce qu'il y avait un de vous qui parle français? No. No. Okay, well, we'll do English. So why are you creating your own line? Can you explain to me? Because we don't talk to media guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be quiet for now.
But are you are you worried that this is the end of the movement?
Not even a little.
Not at all.
Nope, we ain't moving for a reason.
No.
We're here till the end. It's not over.
We want our rights and we ain't moving until they're back.
Are you afraid of being arrested or things like that?
Not at all.
Being
Not
arrested
at all.
is no big deal.
You're gonna hold me
Not
for an
even a
hour and
little
release
bit.
me? Go ahead. Go ahead. I got time to waste. That's why I'm here.
We're on vacation.
That's right.
So did you come 3 weeks ago?
No, I came a few days ago.
Okay.
I couldn't afford to come until now.
Okay.
I came a week ago from Grand Forks, British Columbia. I'm here because my 11 children and a grandbaby are coming into a potential future of a government that would terrorize its own citizens for holding an ideological view that is opposed to theirs. That's wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
My daughter's in grade 5. In order for her to get an education, she needed the jab and to be chained to a mask. Us in Alberta aren't. So why does she have to? That's why I'm here.
What do you say to residents who are like tired of seeing you here and saying, hey, you're like, our downtown
it's a free
has...
country. We all reside in this country.
I've spoken to multiple Ottawa residents in the last 2 days. Everybody that I've spoke to is happy we're here.
Yeah,
Really?
me too.
Everybody is happy to see that we're
media
taking a
has
stand for
switched.
everybody.
I would say out of every 10 Ottawa residents that I've talked to in the last week, probably 1 out of 10 is a little annoyed, but they understand why we're here. This is our capital. This is our capital. People saying to us to go home, this is our home. This is our country. This is our capital. And, you know, we don't want to cause any trouble for the residents. This isn't an issue with them. This is an issue with the government. And if they won't meet with the truckers and the protesters, what are we going to do? We've got to make our voice known.
At the same time, in the last few weeks, we've seen like a lot of more provincial governments kind of slacking on some of the restrictions, like actually in places like Alberta, but in you know, Ontario, Quebec,
Newfoundland.
Do you feel like you've won something so far?
No, not yet.
We haven't won anything. That's why we're still here holding a line.
What do you want? Like, what do you want to get? What do you want to obtain?
Just our
God-given
Charter of Rights reinvoked so that people can actually say, we stand by them.
Yeah, and I would actually say
Right now, nobody stands by them.
read the roadmap to freedom that Tamara Litch and Chris Barber and their legal counsel have put together. It outlines everything beautifully, perfectly, and reasonably. Like there probably wouldn't be a single Canadian in this country that would disagree with that roadmap to freedom.
Absolutely.
But concretely, can you give me 1 or 2 examples of things you want, like in terms of, you know, or just so people at home can understand, like concretely?
All mandates dropped.
Sorry, what?
All mandates dropped.
Illegal mandates dropped.
Yeah.
Forced
All
medical
illegal
experiments
mandates dropped.
dropped.
We don't need to reveal our medical records to live our day-to-day lives. That's absolutely heinous.
We have laws and acts in Canada that protect us for a reason, and that's why every single person is here today to stand up for those rights.
But in Alberta, for instance, I think they are dropping the...
Not in Alberta,
vaccine.
but in Ontario. What is that? What is that?
But
They could
Makes no
reinvoke
sense.
them at the snap of a finger. That's
Yeah.
not dropped, in my opinion.
Yeah, see,
temporary.
part of the roadmap
Okay.
to freedom that they've put together is we need a complete, like a complete reevaluation of how the government uses mandates. And our Charter of Rights and Freedoms were absolutely infringed upon. Brian Peckford has outlined that. He's the last remaining living framer of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. He's outlined it completely, how this has infringed on our freedoms. And so if you consider the fact that our government can actually freeze our bank accounts and punish us because of an ideological view, that's against our freedom of thought, our freedom of speech. It's absolute tyranny. That's how it.
I'm glad you mentioned the banks, because I had an email money transfer sent from my spouse from Alberta, and it got sent when I arrived in Ontario ground, and my account was frozen.
Your
Wow.
account was frozen.
Yes, I'm
No, that-
still dealing with CIBC over the matter.
Are you a trucker? Okay.
I'm a trucker's daughter.
Are you a trucker's daughter?
Yes.
Okay. So how did you come here?
I drove, got in my car and left. I got laid off last week. There's no reason why I can't be here right now.
Did you get laid off because of the pandemic, or is it not related?
Not, it's kind of not related.
Okay,
at the
that sounds
moment.
good. Let's not get into it. Can I just get your names?
My name's Joe.
Joe. What's your last name, Joe?
We'll just leave it at that.
Okay, we'll leave it at Joe. And you're from BC.
Grand Forks, British Columbia.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm Jen from Grand Prairie, Alberta.
Okay, Jen. Are you Jen something, or are you just Jen?
I'm just Jen.
You're just Jen. What's your
I'm
name?
Nathan from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
That sounds great. And what about you?
I'm from Ontario. My name's Ryder.
Okay, that sounds great. Est-ce qu'on peut faire I'm just going to do some cutaways. So, yeah. So, and you, how long have you been here for? You told me a few days, right?
A week.
A week, yeah. And how long are you planning to stay here? Do you know?
We're planning on staying till the end.
You don't think the end is near?
If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. We're prepared. We ain't going nowhere.
Do you think you've accomplished something?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. We've inspired the world.
There's reasons cops have turned in their badges. Multiple have. And they're probably still doing it by the day.
Let me ask
There's gotta be a
you,
reason.
are you not inspired by this?
I think I have to not comment on this just because of my job.
Right?
But
Well, your camera's not rolling at the moment.
they are actually. But
I got a story.
I'm gonna say
That's
I
another
think that
Why
I think
should
that
you
if
be
you're
afraid
wondering
for your
if you've
job?
had an impact, I think
I
don't
lost
know.
my job because I
think it's
wasn't
pretty
afraid to
obvious what
stand
the
up.
answer is.
Right.
lost my job too, and I think we've inspired millions of people. We've inspired millions of lives within Canada and throughout the world. The world is looking at us.
I lost
the world
my
is
job too.
following
28
us.
years with the federal corrections. Only person in the prison to walk out. Everybody else took the job when they were pressured.
Thank you, sir, for
My
standing
stepmom's
up for your
correction.
And
country.
now I'm on leave without pay, which really sucks.
Oh, I can
Since
imagine.
December, but
We have a lot of us in that boat, unfortunately.
yeah, a lot of
One
people.
second.
20,
I'll be back.
almost 28 years though. I was the only one. Can you believe that?
That is sad.
My
I was
brother.
the only one.
Yeah, my
and I went
brother-
to the union and they said, "Come on, Paul, why won't you take a needle?" And I said, "Because it's my body, it's my right." And they said, "You got to take it or you don't have a job." And guess what? You won't believe this part. Listen to this. The inmates get to choose.
Yep.
The inmates get to choose whether they get the vaccine or not, but the staff do. Can you believe that?
And same with the Ottawa police. They're exempt from
I heard that.
the vaccines, but yet they can arrest people, for peaceful protesting.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
It
sense.
doesn't make any
Against what
sense.
they-
No
they
kidding.
got the fucking
Doesn't make any
blindsided.
sense at
They all
all.
fought against
terrible.
these illegal mandates. They got them dropped for the police, but yet the same people who are fighting against those illegal mandates are being threatened by those same very police.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Well,
That smells
There you go,
nice. What
guys.
is that, cherry?
Blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry.